Hey, so one of my greatest skills is being able to identify psyops on social media. And this week I found a psyop related to copper. There is an army of YouTube trolls who are saying that people need more copper. They're saying that, oh, you guys are too copper deficient. But this caused me to look into the to copper, and I found a whole bunch of interesting resources on the toxicity of copper. In fact, Eric Berg has a wonderful video about the toxicity of copper, and he links it to a zinc deficiency. He says copper toxicity is actually very common, and in fact, as you have too much copper, you get a zinc deficiency, and that's also very common in people. And I also found another great resource. Her name is Courtney Snyder. She's a medical doctor, and she talks about how copper toxicity is connected to ADHD in children and many other brain disorders like bipolar disorder, and lack of performance in school. And she gives a very detailed mechanism for how copper toxicity causes ADHD. She explains it very clearly. She says that it's because copper is needed to convert dopamine to norepinephrine, and dopamine is required for focus. So if you have too much copper, you lose your dopamine, so you lose your ability to focus. And if you have too much copper, you get too much norepinephrine, which makes you hyperactive. So that's where ADHD comes from. So it's literally ADHD appears to be coming from copper toxicity, as she explains. And so I just want people to be aware that copper is a trace mineral, which means you only need a very tiny amount. You don't need much. And too much copper is causing a lot of these mental disorders that people have, like ADHD, bipolar, postpartum depression, as Courtney Snyder describes. So just be aware of this psyop, that there are people who are trying to hurt us. I said this many times on my channel, but our community is being attacked. And do not believe these trolls that are trying to promote copper. In fact, I'm shifting our diet to be low in copper, and I'm trying to have a higher zinc diet, which means eating more beef, more pork, maybe more eggs, and less organ meats, less shellfish. And that keeps your zinc high and your copper low. All right, thanks for listening.